What is up, boys? Welcome back to ROE. Today I'm going to be talking about the ways that I personally recommend that you start out training from concealed carry. Well, gear is cool, training's cooler, so let's get into it. While I have many years of firearms experience, I only recently started training and carrying from concealment. So when I started out, I didn't have anyone telling me what specific things I can train to help me build confidence in my abilities. And there are endless ways to train ideally, but not everything that is ideal is also practical or realistic for the everyday end user. So I'll be covering ways that anyone can get out there and start training, especially if you're new to the process. Remember, this is not the way to train, it's just my way, and my advice to you as someone who went through it all as well. There are plenty of resources and information out there that I encourage you all to soak up, so don't just take my word for it, take in all the information you can. First and foremost, ensure you master the basics of grip, sight alignment, and trigger discipline. I'm not going to be really covering those in this video today, so if you have questions, take a look at some other videos and some other resources. And as always, follow the rules of firearm safety. I won't belabor the point, that's not the topic of this video, but I had to put it out there anyways. Ideally, you would train with friends or even professional instructors who can critique you and help you improve your technique, but that isn't always practical, so realistically, you can 100% train by yourself. Before you even get to the range with your new EDC setup, you can and should dry fire at home. The good thing is, dry firing is completely free to do. Again, follow the safety principles, but get plenty of reps in before you head out. Try it out in front of a mirror, start off slow and work your way up to a faster pace. As you dry fire, watch yourself in the mirror. Try to build new neural pathways that you are not used to yet. The ideal answer is you would do this every day, but realistically, make it a priority and practice when you can. Make the time to master something that could potentially save your life. Once you're confident enough to go live, start off with some warm-ups. Similar to warming up for a workout, I developed a warm-up routine for when I go to the range, and then I execute a set of drills that help me hone my efficiency of movement. These drills involve very little additional gear aside from your firearm, ammo, and ears and eye prep. Just bring a couple sheets of printer paper with you, they're a lot cheaper than buying targets. I start my range day with a couple sets of dry fire press outs, practicing good grip, weapon presentation, sight picture, and trigger discipline. Once I'm ready to kick it off, I use some hole drills. First, fire one shot into the target, and then place the rest of the rounds in your magazine into that same hole. Don't stress too much if you're not quite there yet. Take your time, focus on the basics, and get warmed up. Next, I run a lot of live press outs from compressed ready. This helps me reinforce neural pathways required for proper weapon presentation. From compressed ready, present the firearm slowly and completely, while moving your trigger finger from alongside the side of the frame to the trigger. Slowly break a shot off once you have an acceptable sight picture. Once again, take it slow, don't forget the basics. As you feel more comfortable, start ramping up the speed. Do as many of these as you need to. The next drill I like to run is, finally, from the holster. With a full magazine, load and make ready, and place your weapon in the holster. If you don't have a shot timer, start counting down from 5-1000 down to 1-1000. Right around the time you reach the end of your 1-1000 in your head, you should break a shot off. You can practice this a few times, and then move on to a 4-second count, 3-second count, etc. Doing the same thing, but counting down from 4, 3, 2, or 1 down to 0. Travis Haley has a great video explaining this process, and I think it's a really good drill to improve your draw efficiency and your speed. Next up, load up one magazine with one round, and load another magazine completely. Place the full magazine in your mag caddy or in your pocket if you don't have one. Load and make ready with a single round magazine and place your weapon in the holster. Defeat your garments, draw slowly, and fire that one round. Once you experience the slide lock to the rear, slowly and smoothly reload with the full magazine, break another shot off, and reset. The reset is accomplished by keeping a round in the chamber, place the now empty magazine back in the gun, and the mostly full mag back in your pocket or mag caddy. Repeat this as many times as it takes to become confident in the reload process from concealment. I also like to add in a scan of my environment. And don't just whip your head around, really scan. If there are other people in the room, try to pick up on as many details as you can. Look for exits, fire extinguishers, medical kits, things you might actually need in a real scenario. In the event you actually have to use your weapon, you will not rise to the occasion. You're going to fall to the level of your training. So build the neural pathways now, so that if a real emergency happens, you are prepared. If you're feeling really good about all this, and you want to proceed to something a little more challenging, tape up your sights with some electrical tape or painter's tape. Try the same set of drills I just mentioned, but instead of using your sights, use the back of your slide. Focus on placing the large black square of your backplate on the center of the target. This is what's called point shooting, and I will be covering this more in depth in a future video, just not right now. It is a really fun training technique, and it's definitely useful in close-up engagements. You probably won't have the time or fine motor skills to get a proper sight picture and engage a target from under 3 yards or so, especially with adrenaline pumping through your veins. You can even try all of the above combined into one drill. With your sights still taped up, draw from concealment, engage the target until slide lock, reload and fire one more round, then finish off with a scan of your environment. If all of this is easy for you, I would highly recommend you broaden your horizons and enroll in some classes. Once I started taking defensive handgun classes, my competence and my confidence skyrocketed. Classes are usually held at ranges that are better than your run-of-the-mill indoor range, and for most of these drills you can do them by yourself at almost any range, but it's almost always going to be better to train with people, especially professionals. Some ranges have restrictions on who can holster, if anyone at all, so if this is a problem for you, either find a new range to go to or replace the holstering portion with compressed ready starts. Finally, remembering that owning a firearm is our right and a big responsibility. You should train to become more proficient at it. We all have a responsibility to ourselves, our families, friends, and fellow Americans, so that if the time comes, we can effectively utilize our tools and protect innocent life. Remember, competence equals confidence. Get out there and train. That's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Know your ROE. Catch you in the next one.